Hi Engineering Janta, I am Vaibhav Shukla, and today we'll discuss something which is bothering a lot of freshers, even a lot of mid-level engineers, and this buzz has been created by a lot of people. बहुत बहुत बड़ा हो गया ये question आजकल, ठीक है? मतलब half of the times whenever I speak to people in the industry or to the college graduates, always this comes in front of me. And a lot of people who are interested in AI, data science, machine learning, they are often cribbing about the software development. They are often saying that software development isn't that cool, specifically the college graduates. I'm not talking about the realistic industry people. They know what is there in data science, what's there in machine learning, what's there in software development, and they know that these are interdisciplinary things. And that mature take needs time. But college graduates में buzz होता है कि I am working in AI, you're working in software development, I am cooler than you. No, nothing like this exists, first of all. Secondly, there's a big question mark for every person who's learning full stack development or who's learning software engineering from the core, and he says that whether I'll be relevant for industry or not. Fine, you're saying that I should take placement, but down the line 5 years, would I be replaced by AI? Fine, a lot of questions pop up even in my DMs for the same. So to address that, so to solve that problem for you, today I'll explain this, today I'll deep dive into this, and realistic take would be given to you. Very pragmatic, practical take would be given to you on this, and we'll not be saying any random thing. मैं quote नहीं करूँगा किसी big industry leader को. Very specific. Fine. I'm being very specific on it. I'll not quote any industry leader. I'll not quote anybody who has said that I am a XYZ or CXO level officer of a company and I know that AI is going to change the metrics and AI is going to replace people. No, I'll not quote statements like that. I know a lot of you have heard such things from NVIDIA CEO, from various other top leaders, from Mark Zuckerberg and whatnot. But let's be realistic. Let's analyze it factually and on information. ठीक है? इसको सच के आधार पे तोलते हैं थोड़ा सा. Let's try and figure out कि सच कितना है इस बात में. ठीक है? So for that, let's dive in deep and understand the same. The first thing is AI's growing role in software development. First of all, understand the current scenario. What's happening right now, and whatever I'm telling you is the reality of industry. I'm not giving you some random news and breaking news kind of thing. No, जरूरत नहीं है उसकी. ठीक है? सीधी सीधी ढंग की बात समझते हैं. मतलब क्या है इस बात का? ठीक है? How AI's growing role is affecting software development. Let's understand first. Fine. AI is already automating repetitive coding tasks. Fine. For example, code completion, bug detection. Fine. Things which are very, very repetitive, very, very mundane in nature. Fine. Those are being done by AI first. Secondly, there's a very big possibility that a lot of freshers also are acquainted to things like GitHub Copilot. Fine. All the industry people know what GitHub Copilot is. All of you know what ChatGPT is. Fine. So all these technologies, most of you would know this. I hope that anybody who's studying about computer science is aware of ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot. If you're not aware, there are only two possibilities. Either you're not serious enough or you're living under a rock. As simple as that. Fine. So GitHub Copilot or ChatGPT, they assist developers. They help them code faster. They give them a few solutions to few problems, no doubt. And basically AI driven testing and debugging is reducing the time. So it is making the process efficient. Fine. Somebody who's coding, who's writing the code himself, he might make some errors and then Copilot comes and plugs in and Copilot helps him out. Fine. There, the efficiency raises to next level. That is one thing. But right now, if I say that, can AI straight away pull them out of the game? No. The answer is no. But how prospects of being replaced are changing or how easy it is to replace, we'll understand in further slides. Fine. Now, being blatant on the part of facts, nothing but facts, studies show that AI can reduce coding time by 50% in some scenarios. For example, if a developer is coding a thing in 8 hours, AI being plugged in there can help him code that same thing in 4 hours. Fine. So 50% reduction in the time is a big reduction. It's not a small reduction. Fine. So if I go ahead, that's the current scenario. Fine, that's the reality of the industry that exists today. Fine, we might see some paradigm shifting changes in next 5 years, but right now the tools which will be refined in next 5 years would be tools like GitHub Copilot and ChatGPT only. Fine, so these are assisting developers to write code faster. They are helping in AI driven testing, AI driven bug detection, AI driven debugging. Fine, all that's happening. But alongside that, why AI can't fully replace software engineers or software developers? What's the reason for that? Fine, let's understand it again through the lens of industry. Fine, first of all, AI lacks true creativity. Fine, look, AI कंटेंट इज वेरी वेरी आइडेंटिफिएबल, बहुत आसानी से दिख जाता है कि ये AI से बना है, ठीक है. सो क्रिएटिविटी विच इज ट्रू क्रिएटिविटी, जेन्युइन क्रिएटिविटी इज मिसिंग फ्रॉम AI. Critical thinking and problem solving abilities, they are good. I'm not saying they are absent, but they are not to the mark where humans usually hit up. Fine, usually the critical thinking portion, even if I get problem solving from AI, critical thinking portion is where humans always outwit AI. Fine, by far this particular thing, this particular critical thinking portion is not yet touched by AI. They do critically think, it's a claim that usually companies do, but the true critical thinking where actual critical analysis comes out is still won by humans. Fine, also for all those people who do not know this, let me tell you, once you're 2 years experienced in the industry, the first thing that you're told to focus upon is system design. अपने किसी senior से पूछ लो. Fine, you ask somebody who's working in industry, system design is super important for software developers. And for system design and computer architecture, software engineering professionals train themselves for years. Fine, so all those people who are experienced, the first thing they start reading is system design. And here in this, AI struggles. AI struggles in architectures. Basically, you still have principal architects, principal engineers, tech architects, because there you require true creativity, number one. Secondly, you need to think of architecture in terms of problem solving. Fine, you have to think such that that architecture not just solves the problem but also scales to a level where business can profit from it. Fine, so in that case AI struggles right now. Fine, and in next 5 years it's highly possible to say that AI wouldn't make a very significant progress in the same domain. Fine, also in the system design, it is essential that a person, when understands the proper business understanding from a user's end, he knows what exactly to tweak in system design. But here in AI, it is not that easily possible. Fine, AI cannot randomly customize system design. You have to study LLD, high level design, low level design. Fine, HLD, LLD. Alongside that, it is essential that when the architecture is being framed for a particular software, a lot of human preferences, a lot of human errors that are being committed, which depend on geography, which depend on the type of environment you are in, which depend on the usual user behavior that you encounter, are quite different. For example, user behavior of a citizen of USA is very different from the user behavior of a person living in India. Fine, a design, UI designers would understand this, a design which is very very helpful for the people of USA, which they approve that this is a wonderful design, usually in India it is considered as a crap design. It is not vouched for. Fine, it is not a very good design here. Fine, so user behavior is quite different at both places. In this case, you need somebody who understands the user behavior according to geographical locations, according to environmental factors, according to all the factors that play in. There a human comes in handy, and henceforth it's very difficult to fully replace software engineers. Now, nothing but facts that AI generated code can introduce new vulnerabilities. Look, still when people generate code from ChatGPT, they need a human intervention to check that code, because it often generates errors. You think of this example, all the fresh graduates or the people who are in final year, they have tried in some or the other placement exam to cheat from ChatGPT, right? and ChatGPT always usually gives you some problematic solution, or a solution where some minor tweaks are required, some minor changes are required. So without your oversight, even your test code can't be written. Your placement exam code cannot be cleared by ChatGPT 100%. Fine, often it commits mistakes. So you need a human being to customize that. Even a question which is of so small level, which is not very big question, which is usually a placement exam question, it is a filtration question, but the problems that you are trying to solve in industry are of very big scale, they are of macro scale, and one mistake can often cost you a lot of revenue for the company. Fine, so you cannot afford that, and henceforth human oversight is needed. Also, some security loopholes can be there, network security loopholes can be there in the code of AI. Fine, whatever AI generated code is, you might find some loopholes, some vulnerabilities there. So henceforth you need human oversight for that, and this is nothing but pure facts that I'm telling you. Fine. Now, the future. What's the future? Fine. It's the collaboration, not the replacement. And if you see this image, this is clearly AI created image. Fine, I have created this using AI, but you need a human being to explain this image to you. Fine, so that's the biggest portion. You can create images like this, but you cannot explain these images without a human. Fine, you might try, but the context of this image can be best given by somebody like me. Fine, and now you'll understand the whole context when I give you this context. Fine, enhancement, not replacement. AI can enhance my productivity. This image is enhancing the message I'm trying to give. Fine, but it won't eliminate the need of engineers. It cannot simply straight away eliminate the need that is there in the industry for engineers. It cannot eliminate the need of true creativity, the true critical thinking that lies in the mind of engineers. Fine. Alongside that, transformation in roles will happen. The role of software engineers will shift towards higher level problems. Fine. It would be more towards complex problem solving, more towards AI integration, AI innovation. So people who are not learning AI, fine, who are not in this game, who are not trying to figure it out, would get lost. Fine, they'll get left out. They'll not be there for a long time, as simple as that. ऐसा नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि fire हो जाएंगे, but the point is they'll become irrelevant. Their growth would stagnate somewhere. That is a big problem that lies in the industry, because for industry, people who are good at the cutting edge skills are relevant. Henceforth, you have to upskill yourself in AI, but it is not that you will become obsolete. So transformation of your role will happen. A lot of times people say that, you remember computers came to India in Rajiv Gandhi's time. This was a big news. People used to say now computers will replace all the clerks. Still government recruits clerks, still private companies recruit clerical staff. Everybody does. Fine. All computers are doing is assisting them. Same will happen in AI's case most of the times. Fine. Roles would transform. Roles would transform. Usually, earlier printing press used to exist. Nowadays, you will see very less printing presses. And a lot of things have changed in printing presses. For all those people who are new or who are of my generation, you ask your parents, there was a domain, a job of compositor. Fine. Compositing used to happen in printing. Nowadays, there's no compositor, no compositing in the domains. But is that job replaced? No, it has transformed. Fine. Now compositors have transformed. They have transformed their role, and it has shifted a bit to copywriting and spoof reading. Fine. So also, alongside that, it has been transformed into the more creative side of compositing. In compositing, you had to choose the letters and you had to print. Nowadays, you usually choose the whole content. You try and drive the content. Fine. And you usually find designers doing that work. Fine. So a lot of role transformation has happened. Designers now choose fonts, what kind of style would go, what kind of letters would go. Fine. So everything is now chosen by designers. Transformations are happening. These transformations will happen in the AI world as well. Fine. Now, new domains would emerge, like compositing went and copywriting and designing emerged. Similarly, new jobs will emerge, such as AI ethics specialists, because AI can be massively misused, and it is being misused in various cyber crimes. Fine. So you need AI ethics specialists, you need AI assisted development experts, you need further AI integrated architects, fine, who are good at AI integration. You need those pipelines, you need AI ML ops people who'll integrate things, fine. So everywhere AI would assist, it would collaborate, it would never replace humans in near future, first of all. Second of all, yes, it poses threat to humanity, yes it does, but judicious use can help us, number one. Number two, whether it would make humans obsolete is still a debate which is to be done by very larger kind of people who are larger in picture for the whole tech domain, first of all, not just tech domain but in the domain of humanity, number one. Number two, what we'll see, will get accustomed to the society very easily, fine. Now whatever I'm speaking is not just related to tech. Society's beauty lies in adaptation, fine, and society would adapt to AI as well. It would craft AI in such a manner that AI cannot replace us, because the first thing that humans have always been fighting for, or the first thing that humans look for, is survival. That is our basic instinct. So we will never ruin our chances of survival. That is one very interesting thing that I always feel. However, a lot of things lie in the future. We have to see a lot of things, but current scenario, and for at least next 10 to 15 years where majority of your career lies, the future is collaboration, not replacement. You are not going to be replaced. So keep on studying, keep on working hard. If you are preparing for a job in software engineering, your domain would not go anywhere, fine. And if you liked this video, if you found this informative, go ahead, comment below this video, because top 3 comments might stand a chance to win a Prep Insta Prime subscription for free for 3 months. So go ahead, try your luck out, you might win that. And whatever good you learned in this video, go spread to people, your juniors, your seniors, your colleagues, anybody who needs to hear this. Tell them, make them feel secure, keep doing good for others, good will come back to you, fine. And go ahead, follow us on all these social media handles so that you never miss any hiring update, and keep doing good without any expectation. As I said, alongside that, keep working hard, keep upskilling yourself. And if you want more content from my side, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, that will help you out, fine, because I'll be bringing more such informative stuff. And if you want such informative stuff from my end, go ahead, subscribe us and stay tuned. Thank you.